Okay, so here's some more on how we integrate a new technique into our games. This is really useful. I think this video will be useful for those who are not quite as experienced and are really sort of starting their jiu-jitsu journey and come across all these wide variety of techniques, and you found something that's good and you want to sort of integrate it into your game. So in this case, we're actually looking at the single leg X guard, which most of the people here are fairly unfamiliar, or at least they don't play it a lot except for myself. And to make the learning a bit easier and to take the focus of winning these exchanges, I've adopted a drilling method from Rob Benaki that I came across when I listened to the BJJ Mental Models podcast. You guys can go check that out. They're pretty good to listen to. Where basically he makes it a significant handicap for one of the players. So in this case, because we're working the single leg X guard, the person on bottom can take grips and the person who's trying to pass can't. So it gives a big advantage to the person on bottom and lets them play with that fear of being smashed or dominated. And we can go through this video basically, and I'll sort of talk my way through what's happening. Alright, let's go.
So grips, David. Let's advance our grips.
So there, what I told David over here on the bottom is to advance his grips. So we can see that over here, he's sort of tried to take a grip here, and that's good. It's a start, but we're never really progressing beyond just a single grip there. And grips are really important in guard play as well as passing, gi as well as no gi. Sean over here is doing a fantastic job of keeping his elbows in and keeping a solid structure, whereas one thing that's important you can see here with David is if you just look at their relative positions and the structure of their bodies, Sean is in quite a balanced position, and it would be difficult to push over if you could imagine that, even though he's on one leg, whereas David here, he looks uncomfortable, and that's not anything to do with so much his athletic ability or anything like that. It's just that you can see if you were to push him either way, he would fall over quite easily. And when you want to be playing guard, especially in this open situation, you really have to try and keep yourself comfortable to play guard. So really, if I was here, he needs to get sort of his torso and space on top of his center of gravity, and maybe even have a hand posting out behind there just to stabilize himself. And what I've just said to him is to advance your grip. So I want him to grab that hand and then maybe go to 2-on-1, or both hands grab the wrist here and then try and pull himself into a guard.
Grips, David. Let's advance our grips. Yeah, better. Keep going.
Okay, so you saw there, as soon as he was able to get a 2-on-1 with both hands sort of grabbing the wrist of Sean here, he was able to pull himself underneath and draw Sean forward. Now Sean at the moment is still in a good position, because he's getting close to that sort of knee slice position and even possibly a headquarters here, and he's got control of David's hand here too. So for a second there, David was winning the grip battle, but it's sort of come apart now, but we'll see what happens. So here Sean has taken a really good headquarters position, and the only thing really stopping Sean from completing the passing here, besides the fact that he can't take grips, is David has a little bit of a grip here on his ankle, and he's going to turn that into a De La Riva guard here, which is really smart. And this is not something I taught him, but is something that came about because of the conditions we've set up in the drill. So I've said, get to the single leg X. He knows that to get to the single leg X, he needs to take grips to get to a guard, and then once he gets to a guard, he can move to the single leg X. So we're in a De La Riva here. He's taking a grip on the ankle, he's taking a grip on the hand, pushes.
Nice, David.
Finds inside position again.
Yeah, that's it.
And now he gets a nice shin to shin position here. So at this point he could have swung under for a single leg X, but he chose to come up on
good idea
takedown.
Nice, good switch.
Just nice work there. So here you can see me on top, and as the person on top, I think it's really important that you slow yourself down enough, especially as the coach, to where the person on bottom is learning. You don't want them to be rushing things, you want them to be getting the most out of the training that they can. So I'm slowing my roll right down, I'm framing, but I'm not gripping, and I'm trying to step around his guard to see his reactions here. So in response to that, David is starting to make grips and start to put in butterfly hooks, which is perfect. And he adapts here brilliantly, so he can see as I'm starting to walk around his guard all the time, he comes up on this single leg again, which is good work again. So our goal there was a single leg exo to try and get to a guard, but that was a good switch as well to go to the wrestling. I think wrestling is a fine addition to any jiu-jitsu or grappler's skill set, of course. But in jiu-jitsu we have the unique ability in our rule set to wrestle from our guard, and I think that's where real innovation can be made in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, I thought you were up, Michael. It doesn't matter.
Keep going.
So you can see here with Michael, he has a much more stable position in his guard as compared to David earlier, which is good. So we can see that it's easier for him to make forays and attacks with his grips from this stable position. Whereas if you're off balance here in guard, it's pretty risky. So you can hear me in the background saying, stay comfortable in the guard. And he's gone from a 2-on-1 there to sort of an arm drag here. There's the 2-on-1 again. And now he's advanced from the 2-on-1. As the opponent David here pulled back, he was able to get a leg grip and pummel into a single leg X.
Good work, done. Good work. Michael, you're down. Not getting out of that easily.
So same here again, I'm presenting a problem to Michael, but I'm letting him work the guard so he begins to get familiar with it and confidence in it. I'm stepping around his guard, and look, he's already started to take that nice 2-on-1 grip here.
I need to get someone who's in their 30s to do the videoing. Good, Michaels. Yep. Yes. Get that outside leg up there, Michael. Yeah.
Same way he did it as last time. Pummeled in from the grips, grabbed onto the leg after I started to pull back, and pummeled into that single leg X.
Yes. Well done.
Fantastic, Michael. There it is. Almost. Keep going.
So you can see here, there's been 3 incidences where Michael has gone through each time trying to play the game and get better each time at it, and you can see his improvement from training partner to training partner as his confidence grows, and that's what I want to sort of develop as a coach in the people that I train. He's going from grips and then pummeling in, getting underneath them, grabbing their leg and going to that single leg X.
Yep, good frames. Well done. Nice, Michael. Well done.
And that time there he finds it in the transition.